Hey, Matthew.
Hey Nathan.
Thanks for picking me up, dude. I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, man. Look, I know I'm kind of dragging you into this, but there is this restaurant that I was really excited to try. Thanks for coming with me, dude. I know it's a little bit of a drive to get to it, but
Well, I mean, I've never heard of a Mediterranean, Mexican, Chinese, Korean, German fusion restaurant before, and so I'm really eager to try it out.
well, I mean, you've got restaurants like, Chili's or Applebee's that tries to do everything, so why not a restaurant try to do everything outside of, American food?
Yeah, but the fact that they like mix it all together is really curious to me.
It's all about the experience.
Like I'm really fascinated with the schnitzel bimbap they have. Those
Hmm.
Korean sushi roll things.
Or I'm more interested to try the beef bulgogi enchiladas. I think that'll be
Oh,
interesting.
yeah, those will be delicious.
Yeah.
To be to be honest, I when you asked me, I thought it was like an April Fool's prank because I was like, "There's no such thing as a restaurant like this." But I doubt you would come and pick me up and take me for a drive just for a prank. So
No, dude, there's still a couple days till April Fools. There's no way we would do any sort of like April Fools thing early.
yeah, yeah, that's not really our style. We don't. I mean, I know
No.
we talk about stuff on the podcast and holidays and things like that, but
Mm.
what would we, I don't know, what would we even do about April Fools?
Oh. But-
Yeah. Well, hey, that's pretty much all of the small talk conversation I have in me for now. You want to listen to?
it's
You mind if we just listen to the radio?
Sure, whatever, dude.
And new banger.
Buddy, welcome to Absurd Agreements. This is our show where we like to agree on things. And I'm joined here with my fellow host, Ian Mosley.
You know what, Lamp Billingsley, I'm glad to be here.
Yes, Ian, I'm so glad that we could have this where we just agree on things. We've never really
You
argued.
know, there's so much disagreement and there's so much tension in the world. We just need two best of friends to come together and just agree on everything, Lamp.
Absolutely, Ian. I just love agreeing on things. I think arguments are harmful. They hurt people,
Mm,
and
yes, I
and
agree.
Ian, I swear we got to do our part to really agree on stuff. So, uh,
Mm. You know what? I couldn't agree more.
thank thank you, Ian. Um, so I have here in front of me a list of statements, and what I'm
Mm.
going to do is I'm just going to rattle them off. Now I'll be honest with you, Ian. I don't have them all written down. Some will be from the top of
Oh,
my head. I
okay.
know I'm going kind of crazy. I'm gonna ad lib it a little bit. I
Well, I know you, Lamp Billingsley, are just whatever you say. You know me so well since we've been friends for so many years now that whatever you say, you know me so well that you know that I'm going to agree with you.
okay. Well, great. Okay. So here's the first one.
Okay.
I think red doors should be painted black.
Hmm. Red doors should be painted. That's. You know what? I agree. I think red doors the we need to phase out of this fad and paint them all black.
Yes. Thank you.
While we're at it, we should go ahead and paint the town black, don't you think?
Right. I don't think the town should be painted red. I think we should paint it black as well. I agree.
Yes. Yes.
I I think New York City is the city of bright lights.
Hmm. Bright lights?
Yeah, bright lights. Like, You go out and you go, oh man, those are some bright lights.
You know, I've never personally been to New York City,
Well,
but
neither have I.
I have. Well, I've seen the pictures,
I've seen the
and
pictures as well.
yeah, I have to agree with you. If I would walk out in New York City, and I would probably say, "Man, those are some bright lights."
I think squirrels have very fluffy tails.
Ah, yes. No, I don't have to think about this one because that is very, very true.
Thank you. I think when there's no clouds in the sky is blue.
Again, it agreeing with you is some of the easiest things to do, like putting a piece of bread in a toaster and pushing the button. And then once it's done, you have toast. The only thing easier than that is agreeing with you, my good friend Lamp Billingsley.
Thank you, Ian Fleming. I mean, Ian Mosley. uh, I think
You do tend to forget my name every now and then because it's just yeah.
I agree. I do forget your name every now and then. Um, it's because of my early onset Alzheimer's, probably.
It's
Which
Alzheimer's.
it's early onset. I'm not that old. I mean, you're right. It is regular Alzheimer's. My bad. I shouldn't have disagreed with you, Ian Mosley. I'm so.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, from the break to some more absurd advice. Now, my good friend and colleague Shotgun Barrel.
Shotgun Barrel? That's my name. Yes, Shotgun Barrel.
We always open up the phone lines and we search our hashtag on Twitter, and I come across someone with the username BMX for life, and they would like to ask something that I think we're able to answer.
Yeah, we should be able to give some good advice on this in our podcast, Absurd Advice. I mean, our radio show.
Yes. BMX for Life asks, is there a spell to become a mermaid that actually works?
A spell to become a mermaid that actually works.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm assuming gender. This individual here, BMX for Life, also adds to it, and they say, I would like to know if there is a spell available to become a mermaid and one that works. I am asking people that believe in mermaids. Don't say things like mermaids don't exist, because I can take it very seriously and find it offensive. Please help me find a spell. By the way, I am also a witch.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Aesop Chandler, that's your name.
Yes.
I will say this. I think it's safe to assume this is a lady. So let's pretend we're talking to a lady here.
Okay.
Because when you think mermaids, you think of usually a lady, and when you think witches, a lady. So that's probably who we're talking to. A spell to become a mermaid. What? I'm rusty on my spell list.
Yes.
So I'm not entirely sure what we could tell her.
Yeah, the biggest issue that I see here, Shotgun Barrel, is the only dabbling I've ever done in witchcraft and wizardry is, reading Harry Potter books and watching the movies, and then that new game's coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, it's already out.
Oh, is it? Oh gosh, I'm behind the times.
You are.
I mean, that's what happens when your mother gives birth to you and your names you after a fable book.
Yeah,
it's just you're gonna be behind when you're born.
Aesop, you have to be careful with these spells. I once had a colleague who was like, I'm going to use a spell to become a porcupine. I don't know why they wanted to become a porcupine. I think they wanted to like stab someone with their spines or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But when they did the spell, they accidentally turned into Al Gore instead.
Oh no.
Yeah, they did use that opportunity for good and invented the internet at the time. But
Ah,
yes, they turned into Al Gore.
interesting.
Yeah, the
So, oh
spell.
man, this
Hmm.
this is no longer becoming an advice thing. This is a conspiracy theory radio show now.
Oh, no. Well, no. Oh, yeah. What I'm trying to say is BMXer for life is you have to be careful or you may say the spell wrong and accidentally become Al Gore.
And that we can all agree that wouldn't be very good. I mean,
No, no, it
because you
wouldn't
could
be at
also
all.
become someone even worse. Like, I don't know. Who's worse than Al Gore?
Shoo, man.
I really can't think of anyone worse than Al Gore.
Madonna. You could accidentally
Oh
become
my!
Madonna.
You could become
Yeah.
pre-plastic surgery Madonna.
No, the after one. That's worse.
Ooh, that would be pretty bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old
So
old lady Madonna.
and BMX for life. You don't want to become an old lady Madonna or Al Gore. So I would say try asking someone who has better advice than Aesop, Chandler, and Shotgun Barrel.
Well, and one last comment, okay? Just
Mm.
another thing to be careful of when you do your spell of transformation to become a mermaid, make sure you're focusing only on mermaids when you do it.
Ah,
Uh
yes.
be and I say that because their name is BMX for life and those are bicycles. And I'm
Mm.
worried that they might accidentally think of a bicycle and become a bicycle.
Oh no, that
You
would
know,
be that would be
it
someone's thing, though.
it reminds me I knew somebody from Cameroon and he told me that back in Cameroon there was a guy who would go around and he would kidnap people
Oh,
and he would take them to his car lot and he would turn the person into a motorcycle and he would then he would
I'm
sell
sorry.
the
This is
motors.
serious.
It is very serious. He would sell the motorcycle person to whoever wanted to buy a motorcycle, and I think regular slavery is very bad, but motorcycle being a motorcycle slave is even worse. I think
Mm.
because now you're a
Especially
motorcycle.
if you're a germaphobe, because then you get all those people germs all over you. That would be awful.
Yep. So we'll have to think of advice for the poor motorcycle humans. So
Yes.
um, maybe
Yeah.
that could be our next episode.
Maybe so. Maybe
I
so.
have some advice now. As you know, I love reading Dear Annie, the Dear Annie column, and
Oh
in her
yes.
book, Annie Lang wrote a book called Ask Me Anything, where she included some of her best questions. And so I figured we could just address some of these, and I'll read one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this person writes, "We have 6 children, all of who are married and have children themselves. All
Mm.
33 of us get together at Christmas with a specified time to start dinner. One daughter's family was late in 2015 and again in 2016. We did not wait for her to arrive before eating dinner because everyone else was
Wow.
on time and hungry. And when she arrived 45 minutes later with her family, she made the comment to her husband, 'I told you my family has no manners. They wouldn't wait to start with us.'"
Oh my gosh.
So the person's question is, were we wrong to start without her group? I just want to do it right in 2017 without hurting any feelings. She lives only 20 minutes away, and yes, her children are young, but everyone else's children are also young, and they managed to arrive on time.
Mm.
So I know we are 6 years late for this advice, but
Better late
this
than
is
never.
yeah, and you know, it could come in handy for 2023. Who knows?
Mm.
What do you think?
Yes. So me and my wife, Cheryl, we
Right.
have 3 kids. Excuse me. It's
Of
very
all the
unprofessional of
names.
me. Yeah. Me and Cheryl, we've got 3 kids of our own, and they're rambunctious little rascals, if you know what I mean. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard to keep them in line, and so what I've come to see, um, through my time as being a parent, over these past 6 years, is that you just have to work with the kids on their level. You can't
Right.
expect them to rise to your level, so you have to do everything you can, such as entice them with iPads in the car, and you
Uh-huh.
can't get on your iPad until you get in the car.
That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah. And so that will
Um,
help you. You first off have to be ready to go, but then you also get your kids up and moving. It's like, hey, your iPad's waiting for you, but if you're not ready to go, you can't get your iPad.
Now that's great advice for the daughter, but the daughter is an idiot and did not write in and ask for advice. The
Oh, that's
mom did.
true. That's
Yeah, the
true.
grandma, I guess. Um, for the grandma, I say you shouldn't feel guilty. Um, you are the one with good manners because she's the one who's late. Aesop, as you know, I am known for always being on time everywhere I
Yes.
go.
More
Timeliness,
more punctual than a period.
yet yep, it's like a monthly thing for me. I'm always on time. Um, uh, Aesop, yes, timeliness is next to godliness for me. Not
Mm,
cleanliness. I am a hoarder after all, but
mm.
timeliness is next to cleanliness. Growing up, though, in my family, my grandparents were chronically late, and what I would do, I mean,
Oh.
what my family would do, is sometimes you tell them ahead of time. There's two strategies. The first is to lie and say, "Hey, our event starts at 4 p.m." when in actuality it starts at 5 or 6, depending on
Mm-hmm.
how late your family is. So this grandmother could tell her daughter, "Hey, dinner's at going to be at 5 p.m. We're going to eat at 5 p.m." Then when she's 45 minutes late, psych, she's actually 15 minutes early to the 6 o'clock dinner.
Oh man.
That's a good strategy. Another one,
Look at you, shotgun barrel, firing off another solid advice.
that's me. I just shoot from the hip and I tell it like it is. And this next piece of advice,
Mm.
Aesop, is really gonna shoot to the heart. Um,
Mm.
I think you can also threaten and say, if you were, hey, you can be late and we might have food left over for you. So that's what my dad would say to his in laws. My grandfather, he'd be like, hey, y'all can be late if you want. We might save you some food. And just that unpredictability, that threat of,
Wow.
oh no, if I'm late, there might not be anything left over, usually
To a boil over medium high heat, then reduce the heat to a low simmer. 15 minutes, stirring every 2 to 3
into the pledge drive for your hard rock radio station, KILL. Next up, we have a new song from the recent big hit overnight TikTok rock band, Vengeance and the Screamers Initiative. So here you go with their newest song, I'm Sad.
Third and 8, looking for Cannella. And it's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Thought it was hit.
To Absurd Agreements. Now I'm here with my co-host Lamp Billingsley, and I am Ian Mosley. And so this time, Nathan, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a couple things. Sorry, I said Nathan. It's Lamp. What I'm going to do is I have some things written down because I'm not as good as talking off the top of my head. So I'm going to
that's
say some
okay.
things. Yep,
Hey, and that's
just
okay. That's okay.
so
I
I have
totally
some
agree.
things. Yep. So here's what we're gonna talk about. The movie Gone with the Wind is peak cinema.
I agree.
Yep.
It's lengthy, and I think that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think the length only adds to the enjoyment. The longer the movie, the better, I always say.
That's so weird because I always say that as well.
Crazy. We're like two bros like Chad and Dale.
It's like we are exactly like those guys. It's like we share the same brain.
You know, Trucking Through Time is a really good book.
It's a great book.
It's a great book. I agree.
I
Okay. The next thing. This might be a little controversial, but I
okay.
think fidget spinners should make a comeback.
Oh. I would go. I agree, and would go even further and say they should spin right back into our hearts.
You know what? You have such a way with words, Lamp Billingsley.
Thank you, Ian Mosley.
Yes, that's my name.
Right, I know.
So the next thing I have is,
Right.
you know, I've really been getting into podcasting lately, and
Oh.
yeah, I just got to say, I think people who make podcasts produce the lowest quality entertainment.
I I agree. They are the worst. And
Yeah,
yeah, I agree with you.
there's
Podcast
barely
radio
any
is
effort. Yeah,
right. Radio is where it's at, not podcasting.
yeah. Because what you say is what you get on the radio. You have to be very good at your craft and not, um, try to do all this editing stuff. You just gotta what you say is what you do, man.
You know, Ian, I have one. I
Okay.
like I like how the more we speak in our show, the more you sound Midwestern.
You know, it's kind of weird how that happens, but it's just the way it is. I'm sorry. When I get excited, my accent comes out, so I'm gonna try to
That's
tone it back.
okay.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think it's good.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, wait, but if you want to tone it back, I agree.
This is radio. We gotta just keep chugging along. It's what my mom
That's
always
right.
says.
I sorry to interrupt. What's your next one?
Yeah, my next part is now when we say, lowest quality entertainment. Excuse me. When we say the lowest
Bless you.
quality entertainment, I want to say the best form of entertainment is listening to audiobooks about wood carving.
I agree.
Yes.
Wood carving is the best carving in my mind.
And when you're listening to the audiobook, you can kind of, whittle with them, whittle along.
I love whittling. I love whittling along. Sorry. I love whittling along with
I do too.
the
And
wood carving audiobooks.
I do enjoy your jokes every now and then.
Thanks.
So I also have another thing. When we were both kids, we grew up going to school and we had the chalkboards. And now they've replaced it with the whiteboard. And I just got to say, I think dry erase whiteboards are way overrated.
I agree. Where's the dust? Where's the chalk?
Yes. Where's it was always bad, but the scratching of the chalkboard not by accident, that wasn't great, but
it is a type of music to my ears.
oh yes, yeah. I think that gas prices, they aren't expensive enough.
I agree. I think we shouldn't stop until inflation has inflated it to the breaking point.
Well, the thing is, you know, I'm over here making so much money on radio because radio's the second best form of entertainment next to wood carving audiobook. But
Agreed.
yeah, but I feel like I'm stealing from the government because sometimes gas prices just get so low.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
agree.
I don't think paying taxes is giving enough money to the government.
The government needs our help, and we must do our part.
And they do. I'm not in debt, but the government is. And so as a good citizen, I want to make sure that my government has enough money to protect me and make illegal arms sales. I mean,
Well,
do what's good best for the country.
hey, and I told you about my friend Aesop, who married his wife even though she had $70,000 in credit card debt
That's true.
and $24,000 in college fees that she hadn't paid yet. And he married her anyway and said his responsibility now is to pay that off
Yeah,
in
and
the
he can't.
second most profitable job.
It's crazy how you could say I want to be a good citizen and then just neglect the government. It's crazy.
Right.
Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh.
We got to take care of the government. You're right.
Yeah. And really, there's just one more thing that I know that
Yes.
you will agree with. I think a good action movie is better than a cup of coffee in the morning.
You know what? It may sound crazy, but I agree.
I knew you would. I knew you would.
You know me so well.
I mean, there's nothing like waking up and going, I need to go to work, but I got to watch John Wick 2 again.
Right.
Just to get me
prepare
going.
for John Wick to prepare for John Wick 4.
Yep, that's coming out pretty soon in theaters.
It's already out, and I highly
It's already
recommend
out. Oh, I'm behind the times again.
Oh no, I disagreed with you. I mean, yes.
Side effects may include happiness, longer life, increased taste buds, a brighter future, ability to move around freely, zero loss and ability to operate heavy machinery, and death. Ask your doctor if buniramethychlorosublethene is right for you.
This DJ is breaking all the.
Welcome to Absurd True Crime. I am your host, Zion Agatha. And today we are in part 27, going over one of the worst crimes that has ever been committed. Today I have a special guest with me. I've been wanting this guest on for quite a while. His name is Thomas Hammett, and he is the next door neighbor of the people where the crime was committed. Hello, Thomas.
Hello, thank you for having me on. I actually live 4 houses down, but yeah.
Thomas, being the next door neighbor of the people where
Sure.
this crime was committed, what were your thoughts when the police arrived?
I mean, it was just a normal evening. I'm getting, dinner cooked for my wife, and I just see all the lights coming out of the window, and I shout down, and I go, "Honey, can you go check and see what's going on?" And 4 houses down where the house was, or the crime was committed, there's so much disturbance.
Right. Now, some are calling this one of the greatest heists of the century, and personally, I would agree. It's going down with all of the great heists, and those are the heists we don't know about. And this one, unfortunately, we're bringing attention to. So
Yes.
I'm so glad to have you on as a guest. Now, this happened in August 11th, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are now in part 27 of my series speaking on this crime.
Yes.
Did you know the victim?
I mean, considering they were, my neighbor 4 houses down. Yes, I do know the victim. It's been I've been trying to do what I can for them, but when they're going through such a hard time, you know how it is. There's only so much you can do.
When the heist occurred, it was really botched in a way. The window was open, and the item in question that was stolen was sitting there right on the windowsill. And they grabbed the item and ran across the driveway, tripped, fell, and the mess all over the driveway was ridiculous. Did you see that? Did you make your way over there to see the crime scene for yourself?
Unfortunately, no. I only know about what my wife told me because I was making dinner at the time, and I mean, you know how women can get when they try to describe something. I was too busy.
Women, am I right?
I did not say that.
Okay, I did.
Oh well.
My personal opinions aside, sorry, I need to be impartial. This is true crime.
Thank you. She came back in and she was explaining what happened, but I was trying to, move the food around, trying to get it cooked well, and kind of what you said. The window was open, something had crashed on the ground, but it's more of the what happened afterwards. Is the street was incredibly quiet for days after. Normally it was so bustling with life, and then after what happened that night, it just seemed to die off.
The officers I spoke to said the worst part was the smell, and all of the smell and the red chunks of strawberry and cherry that was all over the driveway, and the smell was so delectable. The worst part was they did bring some police dogs who started eating the evidence. And so the evidence is gone. There's really no way for them to discover the crime. So,
man, you mentioned the smell. I kind of forgot about that because I was using a kind of blueberry barbecue sauce with what I was cooking, and so that the berry smells were kind of enhanced, and I was like, I was doing a really good job. So now that you mentioned this, that's quite interesting. And it was stolen from the windowsill.
Thomas, I'm curious. Where were you August 11th, 2022? What were you doing at the time? I mean, you say you were grilling out, so you were already outside.
Mm-hmm.
Were you close to this neighbor? Did you ever say to this neighbor that you loved their strawberry and cherry pie recipe? And
Wait a second. Stephen Armstrong?
Yeah.
Stephen,
it's me.
What are you doing?
It's me, Thomas. Thomas, it was you. I know it was you who stole my strawberry and cherry pie, and when I saw you running away in your stupid Louisiana LSU hoodie, you started running away, tripped and fell, and dropped the pie.
Stephen, you know I hate LSU. I am an Arkansas Razorback through and through. This absolutely,
I don't believe you.
That is such. I've never. Stephen, what are you doing? You know where I live. You know I'm 4 houses down. You know you came to my house the next day and you said, "Man, I really loved those the barbecue you were doing." But unfortunately, my cherry pie was. You told me that. What are you doing?
Thomas,
this is episode what? Did you say 27? This is absolutely the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Look, okay, first of all, when we're on my podcast, please only refer to me as Zion. That's what I go by, Zion Agatha, okay? Because I'm trying to get
Zion
to the
Agatha,
bottom
Stephen
of this.
Armstrong. Nobody cares. This is. I'm leaving.
Thomas,
I'm sorry.
No. Thomas, Thomas, get back here. I know it was you. Oh, jerk. Okay, sorry, folks. This is Zion Agatha. Clearly, this person was much closer to the case than even I suspected. And we will get to the bottom of this. I will find out who tried to steal my cherry strawberry pie. I will get to the bottom of this. Thank you so much for... Lamp Billingsley here with my good pal Ian Mosley.
Yes.
I really, Ian, we've disagreed twice in today's episode.
I know it's something that the sad thing is I agree that we disagreed. How is that possible?
I don't know. Are we drifting apart, Ian? Are we no longer close friends as we were?
I don't want to agree, but I have to.
I agree too. It's my fault. I think I'm the one who slipped up. I was the one who disagreed. I'm so sorry.
Yes, I know, but I disagreed first. I corrected you when you said old-timers, and I said Alzheimer's, and I didn't know what I was doing.
It's okay. But you're right. You did disagree first, and it did start us in a spiral of disagreements. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did. I never want to disagree with you.
And I don't want to disagree with you either. So here's what we'll do. We'll kind of pass the buck, and we'll see. We'll say more things that we agree with. I think that's the best thing we can do.
Okay, you pick 3 things. I'll say 3 things, and if we ever disagree on one of them, we'll know it's the end. And this could be our last episode.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
Okay. I think the color orange is the worst color.
Yes, I think that is very, very
true.
true.
Thank goodness.
Yes. Oh.
Okay, there was one. Your turn.
I think every desk should have a sock gnome on it.
Oh, I agree. I like sock gnomes. They're cool.
Yeah. They're cute little things.
They are. I think Ernest Hemingway is kind of a depressing author.
I agree. He's never been. I've never been a big fan of him because of just he says stuff and it just makes me so sad.
It does make me sad too. That's why I said what I said.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I agree.
Thanks. Your turn.
Out of all the characters in Mario, I think Toad is the most underrated.
I agree. I think Toad should get a bigger role.
Yeah. I think he deserves more love.
Absolutely. I think Serbia is totally different than Siberia.
I mean, I'd have to agree. I have a history in geography, or I have a degree in geography. So
yes,
it's two very different places. So yeah, I'd have to agree. I would be a fool to disagree.
A fool indeed. Okay, all right, last one.
Okay,
this could be it.
Yeah. You know what, Lamp Billingsley? Yes. I think we can work it out and be the best of friends.
I agree. I agree.
I'm so sorry for disagreeing with you.
I'll never disagree with you again. I'm so sorry too. And I accept that you are also sorry.
Thank you. Well, this is You know what, folks? It's going to work out. It's going to work
I
out
think
just
so.
fine.
We're such good pals.
Yeah.
I say we end our show, and we could provide the info on how people could contact us.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we have this weird email. It speaks nothing about us, but you can contact us at absurdargumentsforyou@gmail.com. That's absurdarguments, the number 4, the letter U, at gmail.com. And you can tell us, how great of a job we're doing at agreeing with each other.
Absolutely. And you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. Those are the socials we like to use. And so you can use them too to find us.
Yep. I think it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. The sky is blue. Serbia is not Siberia. And I just was able to have another wonderful episode of Absurd Agreements with my best friend, Lamp Billingsley.
Ian, can I talk to you for a moment?
We're still on air.
I mean, but I get that. I gotta talk to you about something.
Okay.
Hey, okay. You said the sky was blue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, dude, the sky is like covered in clouds where I'm at. Like, I don't want to disagree with you here, but like, it is totally white right now.
Well,
the sky is not blue.
It doesn't matter about the cloud coverage. What matters is behind the clouds, the sky is blue.
Okay, but like what I'm looking at right now is literally just white clouds.
Well, your point of view is irrelevant to the truth. The truth is the sky is blue, whether you can see it's blue or not.
Ian, you're really ticking me off here. Look, I know we got this stupid stick.
Shut up. I know your cousin was super mad at my uncle for stealing his cherry pie, which never happened. But you've got to let that go.
It so happened.
You've got to let it go.
It happened.
That was 2 months ago.
Him on his ring. He saw him on the Ring camera, dude. He
wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Okay, well, bro, we're still on air. We need to wrap this up. Let's talk.
That's what I was trying to tell you. Yeah, Lamp, it's been a great show, and I can't wait for next week when we get back on to agree about more things.
Absolutely. We always agree.
Yep. So this has been Absurd Agreements. I'm Ian Mosley, and I'm here with my best of friends in the whole wide world, Lamp Billingsley. Yep. So we will see y'all next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
We made it to the restaurant.
Yeah. Wow.
I think it would have been better if we had small talk.
Matthew, why did that Absurd Agreements show have our email and our info for the social media?
I don't know. That's quite strange.
Yeah, that is. Anyway, I can't wait to try these tacos with, sushi ham and octopus.
Dude, sushi tacos is the new thing.
Absolutely. All right, let's go inside.
All right.
Something like that.
I got you. Hold on, let me blow my nose real quick.
It's fine.
Quality entertainment. Blowing his nose. I wonder if the microphone's going to pick this up.
It did.
It's so convenient having your bathroom right next to your computer.
Oh, gross.
Did you hear it?
Of course. It was awful. Woo!